Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Hum Tum and AI. Myself Kaumudi Vaidya from Bharat CXO. Bharat CXO is a PR media agency team, and we have right now with us Mr. Sumit Mudiraj. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
All good, Kamadi.
Yes. So Mr. Sumit has worked previously with Mahindra Life Spaces, L&T, Capital Foods, Discover Pilgrims, and is currently working as a SVP Digital Transformation at Realatte. So it's a very pleasure to have you today on board, sir.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for bringing me here.
Yes.
It's in fact to be there on such platform talking about your views on different technology and platforms.
Yes. A pleasure is ours. Okay, so let's just dive directly into the interview. So my first question is: have you implemented AI?
Yes, very recently, yes, I have done it for one of my client. Even in the past, I've done it. So earlier when AI was into invent, uh, AI was kind of a bubble world, right? When it actually got into the market. But gradually people started seeing the impact, and that's where the adoption started. In my previous organization, where I believe it was more of a FMCG organization per se, and their perspective of AI was slightly different. Now, when it comes to industry by industry application of AI would be different, right? So in FMCG specifically, AI was used to crunch data and get insights out of that data. Now, currently, I'm associated with a real estate firm. So I have a foray of real estate clients where I cater those clients on marketing and also in terms of technology. Now, a recent update, if I talk about AI for that matter, soon will replace the manual intervention required in pre-sales calling and calling agent, right? Now, there are a lot of companies who are working on this naive area right now, which will replace the uh, the pre-sales agent. Now, it would be a AI agent who will replace pre-sales agent. How it is happening? So, AI, there are certain companies who have developed an application wherein the data is not pre-fed. There's no data which is being fed to this platform. It is all taken naturally from different sources, like your main website. There are different sources from the companies. Now, earlier there was a situation where we used to fed data to the platform, and then platform used to revert back basis that data. It was kind of a menu driven thing. But if I talk about the current scenario, it's more of a automation wherein they pick up data from different sources, validate data, and then from the validated sources, the data is thrown on the user screen. So that's where I think uh, in the immediate effect, I could see pre-sales industry or a call center industry should have a immediate disruption when it comes to AI applications. Most of companies are adapting to AI agent rather than going for a manual human intervention kind of agent where there's manpower involvement, there's a price involvement, there's technology involvement, plus there is a space involvement. When you have an AI thing, automatically your cost would be reduced and efficiency is on the higher side.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Nextly, I would like to ask you, in your team, at till what extent people are using AI?
So it's very natural for the current generation to use AI because they're born with AI, I could say, because once they've started working in different organizations and agencies, they are first facilitated with the fact that they have AI to support them. It was earlier it was their buddy or someone who was mentoring them to support them, but right now it is AI. Anyone who want to start a job or who actually get into a job usually get that support from AI. ChatGPT is their buddy now. So I think and in my team, if I talk about, I have around 40-45 member odd team. All those set of people, they use AI day in and out. So whether it was for getting some update, writing an email, all those things are done with the help of AI. They get their sentences correct with AI. So I think AI is getting in and there. So it's most essential skill a person should have apart from communication now when they want to enter into corporate world.
Right, so it's quite true. People are just like today's generation is just born with AI and ChatGPT.
Right.
Yes. So next, I would like to ask you, just like there are two sides of a coin, there are like also boon and threat of AI. So, in your opinion, is it a boon or is it a threat?
I think it's both ways because somehow I feel the natural skills of writing, reading, framing a sentence, understanding thing, getting inferences out of data, all those things would be vanished over the period of time, because now people are completely reliant on AI and few AI platforms. Imagine a situation where you can't even write, you can't frame a sentence. So I think that's a scary part for me, because I think coming generations would not be able to frame sentences. They would not be able to write emails. They would not be able to read and get inferences out of the data. They are completely reliant on AI. They will put that data in AI, put some prompt, get the data, get the inferences. So I think gradually the IQ of human would reduce to get the data and understand the data, and we will be completely reliant on AI platforms. Anyone who is well versed with AI would win the race, but rest all people would be completely dependent on AI and heavily reliant on AI. So AI skill would be the mandatory skill in future.
Right. So it's quite scary.
It's both it's both boon and scary in that sense.
Right, so right. Just like you said, you are in like a big part in the real estate industry. So how does AI play a role in the real estate industry?
So AI adoption right now in real estate is not that much as in other industries, but I think gradually it is picking up. As I said, it's first being adopted into pre-sales domain, which is the first instance where customer and prospect interact with the company's person. I think that point is where the entry is happening, but gradually I think it will get into each and every stuff. Even your finances, your prompts, your business decision would be completely based on AI platforms. So to run the operations of company, people use CRM platforms. Now, all of the CRM platforms like Salesforce, there is ServiceNow, there's a lot of other service platforms, right? CRM platforms. Now, this CRM platforms are backbone of the company, because this CRM platforms has data from the point when customer enters the system till the point he or she becomes a valid customer, and then nurturing that customer further takes place through CRM platform. Now, if these platforms become completely AI driven, one, in terms of understanding the insights of person set, in terms of understanding how data is being nurtured, in terms of understanding how business decisions are made. So all those details gradually would be in the form of AI and data. So which would be prompted on the screen. So no one has to work on that data. It's already provided by the AI algorithms and machine learning, which is there onto the platforms. I think Salesforce has already started implementing Einstein algorithms on their own platform, which will bring up a lot of insights with the existing set of data which is lying in the CRM system, which currently is not unused, or there is a team who is churning that data and delivering that insight. So it's always uh, important for a current role to get updated to AI, and that's where I think it will really help even the job to sustain.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Talking about machine learning, what's your take on machine learning and as well as OT? So these are like the hot topics right now. So what's your take on that?
So machine learning is nothing but you make a application or a program which will learn, right? So it's nothing like uh, uh, it's being automated. It's like the platform is developed, the program is made to learn and derive insights of particular thing. Now, machine learning is a base of artificial intelligence, and that's how AI function. So AI and machine learning are nudged together. So it's not separate thing, it's the same thing. AI runs on a machine learning code. So where the machine learns in itself, and there's a strong code written to get data and insights from different platforms and make decisions out of it.
Right, so right. And just like we can see that in the coming years, even now, right now, the trend of virtual reality has been in the top list in trending. So what's your take on that? And what, like, how does virtual reality and real estate go hand in hand?
So VR, it got the momentum, I think, in recent times. During COVID was the time when there was a lot of boom for VR and AR, given the fact that people were not able to move out of their houses, they were not able to feel the product. So for real estate, it was because please understand this, real estate is kind of a product where it's one of life kind of a purchase which a user can make, right? It's a costliest affair for any consumer to make. So if I buy a house, I'll buy once in my lifetime, max to max twice. That too could be affordable segment. But as a corporate employee or an employee working in any organization, it is limited to one or two count, not more than that. Now, if I talk about AR and VR as a platform emerging into real estate industry, yes, there are situations where people tend to first view the site on the virtual platforms, understand the offerings of the platform, understand the offering of the product, understand the vicinity through AR and VR views, and then make a decision. But ultimately, in real estate, the final touch is required. The set of people will always visit site, they will understand the site and then make decisions. At least for the domestic market. For NRI, it is very imperative because they can't visit site. So AR and VR videos or views to them would be very essential for them to make a decision, to understand the view and perspective. So I think for NRI market, definitely yes, AR and VR will play a boon. But in case of domestic, still the physical touch is required.
Lastly, I would like to ask you what do you think, how, like, in next 10 or 20 years, what will AI look like?
I think it will get into each and every job. So it's not like uh, it will be uh, a different domain altogether. I think every stream which is there in current market will obviously have AI as an additional skill required, and it would be kind of a mandatory skill like communications. So anyone who is not well versed with AI will definitely not survive in corporate world. So AI is something which I think everyone and anyone has to learn and understand how it works, at least in terms of functionality. So it's not necessary that someone must know programming to understand AI. It's always about functionality, how to use the platform and how to get maximum results and drive results out of the platform. That is very essential. I think if someone does that well, definitely they will sustain in their job and career.
Right, sir. Right. So it was a lovely interaction with you.
Great comment.
Yeah, it was a fantastic conversation with you, and we got to know a lot of AI, ML, VR, and AR, and everything. So lovely insight.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. It was a great pleasure to interact with you
Thank you so
and
much,
have
sir.
achievements.
Thank you.
Great.